So next, examiner's report or examining team guidance. So ACCA को survey अनुसार पनि this is the most unutilized resource, ACCA को unutilized resource. Use गर्छौँ होला त there's chances we miss on how to use it. So examining team report भनेको छ, guidance भनेको छ, there is a content for it, but are we using it भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ very serious question, because this is one of the most powerful resource, एकदमै helpful in terms of.
Exactly, sir. Before starting this session, I did a few surveys and asked my colleagues and friends. अनि मैले चाहिँ के पाएँ भने चाहिँ mostly they are using approved content हरू, textbook हरू, अनि YouTube मा tutorials हरू they are referring, but examiner's report चाहिँ they are not referring. And I think examiner's report is the key content and key information that any students can use. So I would like to request you to elaborate more on this so that participants after this session say ajay body was especially your examiner's report.
So I'll show you how to access it. And then question that मैले चाहिँ ACCA resources को पेजमा चाहिँ डाइरेक्टली सजिलै पाउने कन्टेन्टहरुलाई चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ I won't refer back to the site and then show you. अनि examiner report or examining team guidance पनि students क्लिक गर्यो, ACCA resources क्लिक गर्यो, and then सजिलै पाउन सकिन्छ. जुन कुरा चाहिँ सजिलै पाउन सकिदैन, जुन कुरा चाहिँ ACCA को त्यो resource section मा चाहिँ लिस्ट नभएको हुन सक्छ, I will go back and then I will show you a demo of it as well. तर अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ मैले एक्सट्र्याक्टहरु छ, म त्यो एक्सट्र्याक्टहरुबाट मात्रै रिफर गर्छु. So examiner's report चाहिँ it is a report from the examining team. Examining team भनेको चाहिँ the team which sets out exams and then test you and then mark you. So त्यो सबै चाहिँ examining team हो. So every session in session wise भन्दा चाहिँ we shouldn't forget that session भनेको चाहिँ अलिकति डिफरेन्ट हो ACCA को point of view बाट. हामीले सेसन हेर्दा चाहिँ 4 वटा सेसन per year भनेर हेर्छौँ होला, तर for ACCA कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ सेप्टेम्बर र डिसेम्बर भनेको त एउटा सेसन जस्तो हो. So what they do is, so त्यो एउटा सेसन को लागि, and then for March and June सेसन को लागि, एउटा सेसन को लागि they publish a report on the performance of students in the exam session. So the performance चाहिँ कसरी रिपोर्टमा राखेको हुन्छ, I will show you that. अर्को चाहिँ एउटा रिसोर्सको हिसाबले चाहिँ there is a video on 5 minutes with the examining team. So exam को last minute preparation को लागि चाहिँ if you have missed anything भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ there is a video on 5 minutes with the examining team. I will show you that as well, and then I will show you some extract as well.
Sure.
So I'll share a new.
So these examiner reports are easily accessible in the ACCA global website, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing a link. So this is from financial accounting as well, examining team guidance as well. So the examining team guidance ko top ma chahi euta video cha. So you can see a video here. So it talks about 5 minutes with the financial accounting examining team. So त्यो 5 minutes मा चाहिँ it will talk about how to approach the exams, tips हरु दिन्छ, exam techniques हरु दिन्छ. So that's 5 minutes with the examining team. प्रत्येक पेपर को लागि हुन्छ. And then there is a report for every exam session. There is a report for every exam session. So I've picked up one or two resources. I'll show you that as well. So I picked up examiner reports 1 and examiner report 2. Yeah, so I'll go through examiner report 1 first. So this is the examiner report we're talking about. So this is for financial accounting, as well. So it will talk about the good areas, the good areas, or the most solve areas, जुन कन्टेन्टमा चाहिँ जुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ विद्यार्थीले राम्रो गरे अनि कुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ विद्यार्थीले राम्रो गर्न सकेन भनेर चाहिँ देखाउँछ
हजुर
and then you will try to solve you questions कसरी अप्रोच गर्न सकिन्छ त्यो क्वेशन्सहरुलाई चाहिँ त्यो डिफिकल्ट क्वेशन्सहरुलाई चाहिँ जहाँ विद्यार्थीहरुले चाहिँ धेरै मिस्टेक्सहरु गर्छन् त्यसमा चाहिँ कुन अप्रोचले गर्दा चाहिँ you will be better off in your examination भनेर देखाउँछ so we will talk about the performance of the students भनेको roughly कतिजना majority of the students ले राम्रो गरे कि गरेनन् भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ देखाउँछ so apart from that good thing about examiner's report for the applied knowledge level को लागि चाहिँ examiner's report मा चाहिँ you will talk about the type of questions you can get भनेको let's say example को लागि numeric हुन सक्छ multiple choice question हुन सक्छ hotspot हुन सक्छ or other type of questions the type of questions you will be getting so त्यो हिसाबले चाहिँ then it will give you an example of where students are likely to make mistakes so I'll show you a different extract on where the students are likely to make mistakes and then how you can overcome that भन्ने कुरा पनि पछि म देखाउँदै छु so but this is the examiner's report I'm talking about you shouldn't miss this so for every ACCA students who are looking to prepare for exams you shouldn't miss this because this is a very this is one of the most important resource we've got so we'll talk about this I'll go through this there are questions so प्रत्येक examination session मा आउँछ it is talking about 2015 to 18 तर every exam session पछि चाहिँ there will be a examiner's report
okay so यो चाहिँ सर
yes
जो चाहिँ एक्जाममा बसेपछि उनीहरुले कमन मिस्टेक्स गर्ने के छन् त्यसमा चाहिँ जेनरलाइज भएर चाहिँ मेजोरिटीलाई चाहिँ फोकस गर्ने हिसाबमा चाहिँ दे पब्लिश द रिपोर्ट राइट
हजुर so I'll show you extract my extract देखाउँछु so extract देखाउँछु and then यो extract ले चाहिँ how useful is examiner's report भनेर देखाउँछ so this is a question this is a part of the examiner report from December 2019 taxation UK exam so I've taken example 2 and example 2 ले चाहिँ so question चाहिँ के सोधेको छ भन्दा चाहिँ what is the amount of annual allowance charged to be added to NIHAM's taxable income for the tax year 2018-19 so it is asking about annual allowance charge so अब के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ so what it has tried to show is अलिकति म question पढेन or राम्रोसँग बुझेन question or the types of the type of question students are more likely to struggle on or answer it wrongly भन्ने देखाउँछ यसले चाहिँ so what is the amount of annual allowance charge भनेर सोधेको हुन्छ तर the answer to the question is 75000 हो answer चाहिँ 75000 हो and then most of the students answered 25000 answer गरे so there's a difference between annual allowance charge र annual allowance भन्ने चाहिँ there's a difference to it so सबैले स्टुडेन्ट्सहरुले के गरे भन्दा चाहिँ instead of answering for annual allowance charge they answer it for annual allowance also so annual allowance कति हुन्छ भनेर सोध्यो भने चाहिँ then it is 25000 but annual allowance charge कति हो भनेर सोध्यो भने चाहिँ 75000 so it reflects on the type of mistakes you are likely to
have okay
so त्यो प्रत्येक सेसनमा हुन्छ then there's examples you can refer to and then prepare yourself accordingly accordingly to not make those mistakes so sometimes what happens is it's not only about knowing the right question right answer to the question so answer right जान्नु भन्दा पनि the wrong approach पनि जाने हो भने चाहिँ then I will not go through that wrong approach so wrong approach नगइसकेपछि there's more likely chances that you'll have a right answer at your disposal
so it's better to read the questions twice or maybe like thrice before you start solving those
yes
I think
and then
this would be the better approach
yeah and then refer back to those examiner's reports so just in case you know the type of mistakes you're likely to make
likely to make yeah so
you know those vulnerable areas you know those vulnerable areas and then other good thing about other advice on this examiner's report would be, you know, more I would list down, you know, all the examiner's report and then compare it, you know, compare it session by session. I think it is beneficial. You know, प्रत्येक examiner's report list down गर्ने and then you know, compare गर्न सकिन्छ. And examiner चाहिँ so key theme चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ students are likely to, you know, make mistake on the same, you know, same question, you know, again and again and again. So धेरै पटक त्यही कुरा डिस्कस गरेको हुन्छ examiner report मा. So students are making mistakes on this part of the, you know, syllabus. त्यही कुरा गरेको हुन्छ and then you refer back to another examiner report. त्यही कुरामा नै हुन्छ के. So examiner's report, you know, refer गरियो भने चाहिँ we might, you know, avoid, you know, making those mistakes,
those problems. Okay, so I think examiner's report चाहिँ सबैले वाच आउट गर्नुपर्ने चाहिँ एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ रहन्छ.
Yes.